So what are the three companies that are actually helping to actually host this webinar series? The first is SolarVis Tech, then Epoch Zero, and Zion Tech Hub. So these are companies that we all need to know about and follow on LinkedIn. And there was something we actually stopped short of doing last week, and we're going to actually do it this week. So let me proceed. All right, so there are 4 sections, 4 Sundays of activities for this month of June. The first section was exploring career opportunities in health tech. We heard from Dr. Samba Otavis, who is actually someone who left healthcare practice. And this was last week, 9th of June. Same time last week. So today we are having the second section, and that will be on strategies for success in health tech career, networking, personal branding, and career visibility. And in a short while, I will mention the person that is going to take this particular section today. Now, this is section 3, in-demand health tech careers for healthcare professionals. You must have heard about the different health tech careers, from data analysis to cloud computing to software engineering, to a whole lot of them. So someone is going to take all of them one after the other and explain what they mean. And that will be next week, Sunday. And then finally, we are going to hear a panel of digital health innovators, people who have actually done this themselves, and we get to ask them questions. And that will be on the 30th of June, 2024. So a quick one before we jump in. Registration is important, and a whole lot of people have actually registered. Now, the recording and the slides, a lot of people have been asking after this. Now, all these will be sent, both the recordings and the slides will be sent to all those who registered. And that will be after 30th of June, 2024. That's in 2 weeks' time. So it's less than 15 days from now. You will get all the recordings, you will get all the slides. So just chill, you will get everything. Nothing will escape you. And then finally, the certificates will be made available to participants who attended at least 70%. And you know that we have a way of recording the attendance. So you can't just come in and zoom out and think you have attended, because actually the platform records the number of minutes that you actually stayed. So it's very important that you stay to hear it for your own good too, so that we can actually learn what we need to innovate healthcare. And then that brings me to today's section. The second section is about the strategies for success in health tech. And it's all about networking, personal branding, and career business. And it's going to be handled by no other than Dr. Jude Chidubem Omeke. He's a medical doctor, a health data scientist in the University of Bristol, UK. And it's happening already. Yeah, Dr. Jude Chidubem Omeke graduated from University of Nigeria, Nsukka, in 2015. He has worked with several hospitals and organizations, both here in Nigeria and in Saudi Arabia. He obtained masters in digital health, which is a core area we are all into, at the University of Bristol, United Kingdom, and is a member of the Alan Turing Institute for Clinical AI Group. So anything about AI, he knows it. He's presently working with Maximus UK as a disability analyst. So he's in the healthcare analyst, healthcare data analyst, healthcare data scientist. He's there in AI. He knows what it takes to succeed in health tech. And is the person we are going to be hearing from today. So without much ado, I'm going to stop sharing and allow him to share his screen and take us on this marvelous journey. And at the end, we are going to do 2 important things. So stick to the end so that you don't miss those 2 important things. Please, Dr. Jude Chidubem is now over to your court. So I'm going to stop sharing, stop share. Yeah, so please, you can take it away from here.
Good evening, everyone. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
You can see my screen. You can see me as well.
I am seeing your face. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening. It's a very big opportunity for me and a privilege to be talking with you this evening. And I've also checked through our participants to see that many able-bodied men and women have joined this evening. So I thank you, Dr. Ken, for this platform, and also for finding me worthy to make my small presentation. So thank you so much. So without wasting much of our time, we'll be diving into our discussion. So, and it's going to be an interactive one that you could always ask questions so that we discuss. So thank you very much. So with your permission, I'll be sharing my screen.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can. We can.
Okay. So, okay. So, this evening, we'll be talking about health tech. And you know, nowadays, everywhere you're going, people are talking about health tech. In short, I was talking with a lawyer the other day, and I just breathed to ask him, and do people have a tech part of law? He said, yes. So, they are doing that in that area. So, you now find out that almost everyone is diverting into tech. So this is because the 21st century is an information century. And that information is driven by technology. So therefore, almost everyone and everybody in every
Sorry,
area.
sir, please, you are not audible enough, please. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so you can hear me well now.
Yes, it's much better.
Okay, Ken, is the sound okay?
Yes, it's okay. Please go ahead.
Okay. So today we'll be talking about health tech. So, and I want to specifically define that to the strategies for success. I want to specifically say that when we hear about health tech, it doesn't just mean coding and writing codes and developing software and things and this. While they are part of it, it is important we understand that as elementary as making our pulse oximeter work by just wearing our wristwatch is also a health tech. So it's just a way that we can be able to deliver activities as healthcare professional with the help of technologies. So this is just what we call at health tech. So even if you are not deep into the production aspect or into the development aspect of healthcare tech tools, at least you are also at the front end of using these tools to be able to administer health or administer treatment in any form to patients and clients that you're attending to. So therefore, anybody who is a doctor in the 21st century, anybody who is in any form of healthcare, nurse, pharmacist or whatever, in any form of health, who is using one technology or the other to help in this activity, is actually in health tech. So it is not a group of people who find themselves in software engineering or cloud computing that are health tech. No. So for the fact that you're going to be using these technologies, you're also classified to be in the health tech. And therefore, it is important that you understand how you can be able to navigate through these technologies to be able to deliver healthcare to everyone. And today, we'll be dealing with strategies for success and personal branding. So we'll be talking through introduction, the importance of networking, building your personal brand, and enhancing career visibility. At the end, we'll also be looking at questions and answers that might be coming from our discussion. Okay, so by the way of overview, I'll be talking about the evolving landscape of health technology. There was a picture I tried putting on here, but I couldn't succeed. Now, and it was my picture yesterday. When I just came back and I was preparing these slides, I was thinking about many things. Because when I woke up in the morning, I had to go and running, I had my headset on. Then I had my wristwatch. I had my phone. My wristwatch is taking my heartbeat while I'm running and measuring it. My phone not only is calculating the calories I burnt while I'm running, my phone is also keeping my heart rate. My phone is also taking the GIS of where I'm running to. So at the end of the day, not only that to tell me around 5 kilometers, it can be able to show me through the map and through the cities or through the streets around through. And after that, at the end of the day, I have my headset. If I am running and my heart rate is going above 170, I will hear from my headset where I'm running. Your heart rate is about 170. Slow down or go up. Then I know that if I'm running faster, I'm actually putting my heart at a strenuous condition. So I begin to go down. All these things happen. At the end of the day, I was able to know how much I earned. I was able to know the amount of energy I expended. I was able to know the highest heart rate I could go with a particular speed. And then at the end of the day, I have a whole data about my health. I have a whole data about myself. Now, this is a landscape of an evolving landscape of health technology. If I take our attention back, if you remember, there was a time you could not just only measure BP with the manual mercury in glasses with manometer. But nowadays, we have what we call the electronic ones, which you don't need to have somebody to put on the pressure on the mercury for you to do that. You just put it in, it generates pressure in itself, and then measure your BP, and you have it there with you. So people now have this apparatus at home. They will be able to take several blood pressure readings and return it at home, so that when they are seeing their clinician, the clinician will be able to know over the days or over the weeks how much of the BP this person has, and can be able to take a critical decision. This person do not need to stay in the hospital. It has evolved to that extent that nowadays, I was in a group where they are talking about using, the diabetes kit, the pinprick you do. And the discussion was around, have we considered that every day there are people who prick themselves and take blood every day to measure their blood sugar because they are diabetic? Not only that, they are injuring themselves every day, they are taking blood, and they have developed calluses. And sometimes some have developed infection because they are puncturing themselves every day. And now, there is an infrared that you will just bring close to the skin. You don't need to bring out any blood. And it will dim and read the blood sugar of a patient without having to put the patient into that pain. So the person just wakes up every day, bring the glucometer close by, and take the reading and go. This has been evolved. We've evolved to the extent that now you now have machines that could read brain images, interpret it, tell you what is wrong, tell you any part of the brain that is wrong. We have now gone to the stage of virtual world. I don't know how many of you have heard about virtual world. Virtual world in the sense that where somebody can have a patient in the world and someone could be somewhere just over the laptop, do a word, do everything, administer treatment, and finish everything without for want having So this is the stage we are. I'll be along the line, I'll be talking about HIMS, MSF. At the time I had interaction with, I attended one of their programs, and I was able to see how many hospitals that doctors don't need to be physically present with patients to be able to diagnose or treat them. Everything is done in a virtual work. And in this virtual work, a doctor will be talking to a patient, and the patient will be replying as if to say they're seeing themselves. Some of us know what we call a visual immersion. Some of you, to have fun, you go to view center, you go to places where they play a game, and you wear your headset, you find yourself inside a movie scene that you can be crying where you think that you're inside there that you want to stab you. This has also been deployed in healthcare, such that also a doctor and a patient can find themselves immersed inside a visual reality and be talking to each other as if to say they're seeing themselves together, get the symptoms, get the diagnosis, discuss management with the patient, and then the doctor goes and treatment goes. To the extent of now we're having our robotic surgery, where somebody can be in the United States and do surgery for somebody in the United Kingdom without them meeting together. Just by using screens and by using keyboards, you'll be able to do that. Now, when I found out that there are a variety of them, to the extent of, can I even stop? To the extent of electronic healthcare record. So nowadays, you don't need to see a patient and you write, you know, the complaint, they talk about the healthcare person having a bad health. I think that phase is going out. Because nowadays, all you just need is to be in your keyboard, type everything you want. And as I'm talking to you, it has gone beyond keyboard, that there is even a software being developed, such that if a doctor is interacting with the patient, that thing is taking note of what is happening, interaction taking place between the doctor and the patient. And at the end of the day, doctor just read what the thing typed, and then submit it as a case note instead of having to type or having to write. This is the landscape. This is where we are in the 21st century, and more also is happening. And this is just to tell us that all of us have a crucial role to play, because there is a limit to what a software engineer can do in terms of developing equipment for consumption in the health sector without having a doctor, without having a pharmacist, without having a med lab scientist, without having all these people in the health sector. If you don't have them, you find out that you have a problem making use of those equipment. So that's just about the landscape. Now, the strategy is to enhance your professional growth and success in the health tech industry. Now, we have known that the healthcare industry, as a health data scientist, there's something I want to say. If you check, you will find out that the financial, there are two broad areas or sectors in this lifetime that has a lot to do with data. And that is the financial data and the health data. If you check, you'll be seeing many fintech, especially across Africa. And that is why we have to take this serious, because when we come to the healthcare, the health tech, find out that we are lagging behind. But if you check fintech, you've seen very many fintech products in the market in Africa, where people are trying to manage the data coming from the financial sector to be able to ease the problem. You now have PalmPay, OPay, all this coming up, Flutterwave, PayPal, all this. So these are using healthcare data and just incorporating technology to make it good for everyone. And I am sure in no distant time, nobody has any need to go to the bank to do anything. I am here, I can't remember when last I entered into a physical bank. You could actually even go to their website and talk with an AI, and the AI will treat your problem, everything and you. So the same thing is happening in healthcare. Second among that have the largest data is the health. And no country want to play with the economy and its health sector. So therefore, if in health, we have this enormous data that can be able to drive activities, then we find that there are very many areas we can put mind as individuals in the 21st century as health health workers in the 21st century, where we can harness the health data to be able to maximize healthcare activities and also to be able to make a career out of it. So,
hello, Dr. Jude. Dr. Jude, sorry. Some people are saying they can't see your face very well. Could you like bend your laptop a bit so we can see your face fully? Better, yeah. Please, sorry for it.
Okay, don't mind me. Maybe I'm hiding my ugly face.
Not so.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Now, so we will be talking about strategies that we can now use, finding out that there are enough opportunities in the health tech space where we can all venture to bring out one thing or the other. We should be talking about strategies that will make us successful in that area. And that is what I will be going into now. So one of the things we talked about is the importance of networking. And I have to start and also share this privilege, the privilege of meeting Samba and the privilege of meeting Ken. And that is where I'll start by networking. I don't think by physically meeting each other and talking, I would have met Samba. I don't know. I've not been in Cameroon before. And the only few Cameroonians I have as friends, I met them here in the United Kingdom. So the same thing with Ken. And we are here this evening. So this is because of networking. Networking, so is all about enhancing professional relationships for mutual benefit. The word mutual is very, very important. Mutual. Okay. Now, networking is not where you see that somebody is doing well and say, oh, I want you to teach me this, put me through this, and finish that. No. It is all about you bringing in your own values and also trying to tap in from the values of the person you want to network with, such that the person is gaining something from you and you are gaining something from the person. And two of you collaborate together to be able to build products, knowledge, and activities that can help in your career or in your business. So what are the benefits of networking? So the benefits of networking is that it provides access to opportunities. And let me not make this as just a lecture, and I'll have to give a live examples, especially about the person speaking to you when it comes to networking. Okay, I have been in the clinical practice, as we know, that there have been a joke that if you see a doctor knows nothing outside patients. So that if you see two doctors they're talking about the patient they've had the other time. So, and moving out from the core clinical practice to another area as a doctor is a very difficult one that you cannot do on your own. Sincerely speaking, it's not going to be easy. It's something that you take up and you just determine that whatever comes, you are going to surmount it. With that energy, you could be able to do that. So, and saying this, I've already spent like 80 years or thereabouts in the clinical, let me say 7 years in the clinical practice. So before I start drifting. However, my experience of data and use of data in healthcare comes from when I was working with the Family Health, Achieving Health Nigeria Initiative, which is a subsidiary of FHI 360 in Nigeria, when they are fighting about HIV and AIDS in Akwa Ibom State. And when I attend the USAID conferences, I see how they bring out the data of what we are doing in the field and project it, and they will be using the data to make policies, talk about what we are doing, and providing solutions on how to go about our activities. Because of that, I got interested. I came to understand, said, okay, so there is actually another part of this healthcare practice that has to do with the use of data. So because of one thing or the other, I started looking at what is involved in the data. So the day I started browsing and searching, I saw coding. I don't know what Python is. I don't even know what R is. So, but I was seeing them mentioning all this. And I said, God, and I look at myself, I said, at this old age, how am I going to learn all these things? I beg. I kept it behind. So, and then COVID period came. When the reality opened to everyone that you are made to stay in your house. But is the world going to end? No.
Hello, please stay muted if you are not talking.
Okay, please can you control it, please? Okay,
sorry, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So when I look at all this, so I find that I just think it's about coding. I will be competing with back-end developers or front-end developers in codes and writing code. So I get tired and all that. So, but along the line, when COVID came, and I found out that there are many things that are coming up. We started telemedicine, whereby now I see my clients online, we talk, and after talking, I book this in all these people they come and carry the drug and deliver it at the patient's house. So without any contact. So I think I now understand, this just health tech does not just end up by writing a code. So it will be by using these softwares we have to be able to deliver healthcare activities without having a physical contact with the patient and all that. So I now come to understand that when we talk about health, we're talking about the importance of technology that will help us and make our work easy in whichever way we are using it and whichever way we are going about it. So then, when I'm saying all this is that to tell you that I was not born into programming. It's not that I was in the university and I was writing code, and when I graduated, and I feel like, let me tap from the skill I have small to go into this. No, I was fully pushed into it. Till one day I completed my mind that really I have to go into this. And I registered to enter into digital health. So, and when I saw the course outlines, I saw coding with Python for that programming. I saw R. I saw many things they mentioned, and I was afraid. And my first day in the class, I came back and told I was in my room. I was saying, what made me to go into this? Because they were writing code I don't even know. And funny enough, they put us in the class with people that are doing computer science. So these people know code. Before they talk, they wrap the answer. I became confused. Now, this is where we talk about networking. I went to LinkedIn and typed. People, software engineers, coding and all that. I began to look at friends. I sent out invite to many people. And when they said, I started cold emailing people, see, this is the situation I am. If we know how to write Python, and you can even spare me 30 minutes a day, I can do this. I am a doctor who have this relevant experience in this science. Should in case you are working with any healthcare tools, I can also contribute in any way to help in that. I started like that. Some I did not get any response. Some got response and said, no, sorry, I can't, I don't use Python. I use this, I use that, I use R, I use all that. So some go back, and then I helped him. I now met with someone who has PhD in computer science, the software engineer, and is working with an automobile company as a software engineer in Japan. And he's an engineer. And she wrote me and said, okay, in a week, I can devote 1 hour. And that's how we started. Sincerely speaking, when I had the first class with this lady, those things that was highfalutin for me was demystified. So the first time I was able to type hello world, it was able to help me with my system, download some softwares, IDEs that I can use and all that. And started. And you know, it started that way, started that way, keep going. And recently, I think she was looking at my WhatsApp status where I was training one model, and I was writing that I was able to train with Microsoft Azure to get something, and he was calling me my software doc, and I was clapping because I know where it started. No, it was because I was able to reach out to people to be able to find out who are the people that can offer something to me and who are the people that can relate to it, that can be able to help me in this journey to be able to succeed. Otherwise, I could just have ended and I left where I am. Now, so you find out that the importance of relationship. Now, along the line when we are talking, and strategically to say that when I was now talking with this lady, found out that the lady in question was pregnant, and I am a doctor. And anytime she wake up and feel pain, when I say, Doc, I don't know, I'm feeling pain in this way. What could be the cause? And I said, Doctor, maybe you need to see a doctor. Now, this is me offering my own side of health because I am also getting something from her. I'm trying to describe the point of what we're talking about, the mutual benefit. So if you are meeting up people and it's just all about what you can get, find that people don't have luxury of time to just come and dishing themselves out all to you. They're also looking at it with their help so that they can grow too. And when two of you find out that you have mutual benefit to each other, then so that is when you could grow. And so when we talk about networking, we talk about access to opportunities. There are many opportunities that are out there that you cannot just get because of anything. Now, good thing that those of us that are in the health field, we have developed some skills that are very much transferable. What do I mean by transferable skills? So many of you know how to talk to patients and calm them down. That is a skill you get that you can transfer to an industry. You can work well as a customer service because you can actually talk to people when they are in pains and be able to alleviate their pains and be able to calm them, be able to attend to them. You work hard, so you work under pressure. These are skills you possess that can be transferable anywhere you are. So as a healthcare practitioner, you find out that anywhere you are, you can be able to, you can survive. This is because you have possessed enough skills along the line during this during your training. Now, opportunities come from relationships and networks. So, for example, I talked about I had an opportunity of being with Alan Turing Institute. Alan Turing Institute is a very big institute, both here in the UK and the United Kingdom. That was just because I saw somebody on LinkedIn who is a doctor posted something about a discussion and interaction there. And I reached out to the person, see who I am. And we discussed. And after discussing, he said, okay, since you have this knowledge in this extent, there are this group of people who are looking for doctors because they are building artificial intelligence, AI tools in healthcare. And your contributions could matter. And I was able to get in there. So opportunities, you have very much access to opportunities that ordinarily you could not get from just browsing your phone. And I'm sure some of us know now that if you want to get a job, you don't just go to the job by going to Google. No. So once you go to LinkedIn, once you go to Twitter, once you go to Facebook and search what you're looking for, not only that you find out the role, you could be able to see people working in that organization that can establish a relationship with and tell them. They may not help you get the job, but they can help you with looking at your CV. And I am sure if Samba review any of your CV for cloud computing, for you to apply the cloud computing, so you are very much likely to be invited for interview. So and that is important of networking. Second one is knowledge sharing. Knowledge sharing. I was there's a friend that shared a graph yesterday, and I found that graph interesting. And what did that graph is showing? The graph is showing confidence level on the y-axis and knowledge on the x-axis. And then in that graph, it showed that when you are ignorant, your confidence level is very, 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 very high. And that is true. The confidence level is very high such that, but you find out that the more you begin to learn, the more you begin to gain knowledge, your confidence level will be coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. Then, till when you begin to become an expert, you begin to go up, you begin to go up, you begin to go up. And even as that, I found out that in that graph, the confidence level of an expert does not reach the confidence level of an ignorant person. And some of you that are doctors knows that very well. That the more you go into deeper into training a particular specialty, the more you find out you don't know than when you are just ordinarily touching everywhere. You think that you know enough. And that is it. Knowledge is very, 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 very important. And this is because humility comes from knowledge. Because the more you research about things, the more you know many things you don't know. And you see yourself making effort every day to know. So when now someone call you anything, for doctors as an example, you find out that you enjoy more when you are being called doc in medical school than when you graduated. When you graduated now, they call you doc, you try hiding. Sometimes you just prefer they call you your name and continue. There's nobody attach you doctor. But when you're in medical school, you hang your stethoscope at the back like this, you carry your computer and be working. So they'll be calling you doc, and they go like that. This is because you've been exposed into the profession, and the more knowledge you gain, the more your confidence goes down, because you can understand the repercussion involved in you making a mistake and what it costs to your license. And therefore, you become very, very, very careful. And that is this. So knowledge sharing is very important. Nobody knows it all. Till today, I happen to be close with one of my tutors, who is a professor here, and is a professor in computer science, but he specializes in health tech. So, and this man has built many things up to the point that he's doing a research where he has tools in monitoring dementia patients, fall in dementia patients. So he mounted sensors in people's homes and is reading their activities. He's using sensors in his system in the office to read the activities of dementia patients and the number of falls they have in a day. So I had a hangout with him and we were talking. So, and I find out that when we are talking, I say, how this man pay attention to me, listening to me as if to say I'm a professor talking. I was surprised. I said, oh, this is somebody who has a professor, who has impact. And little me is a student, a master's student. And he was digging deep to find out many things from me and all that. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that knowledge is very, very important. In short, as we all know that knowledge drives the world. You don't just network to make money. Please, I have to say this. If you really want to make money, just like for those of you that believe in the Bible. So if you really want to follow, there are some things you push back. It doesn't matter. Even though those they will come as an advantage where you are going, but it shouldn't be your fault. Sometimes knowledge for establishment is more important than so oftentimes when you go to conversation, please don't go with how much. No, go with how much you can learn, not how much you can earn. And especially you coming from the health side and you want to go into tech, let me tell you, you don't know much. No, there's a software engineer who has been into this for years. There's a cloud engineer who has been into this for years. There's a machine learning developer that has been into this for years. and you are just having a 1-year experience, you are going to pipe low. You might have to take internship that you are not even paid. And they will be shouting on you to deliver a project and saying, sir, please, I will do it, even while you're not being paid. This is because you know what you want to get. Aside going with people, there are also places where you go to learn. And I'm sure now, you don't just go to Facebook, you don't just go to Twitter, you don't go to LinkedIn to catch clues and go. No, find out contents that will be able to reach you. And if you are new, what expands your thinking? In short, the drivers in health tech is thinking. Now, because even in digital health, there's what they call a mode we call the design thinking. Because everything you're going to do in digital health comes from your thinking. One day you will just have to think, say, why do I have to measure blood pressure every day? What else can I do to make this thing easy for me? That is how this wonderful technologies in healthcare started. This is because people actually thinking every day the best way they could do something so they can be able to make it faster and easier. So, and therefore, the more you expose yourself to reading contents, if you have interest in health tech, the more you expose yourself to reading contents in that area, the more you begin to ask yourself questions. Why is this? Why this? Why this and why this? And once you be able to start thinking and be able to find a gap, your next thing is, what can I design to fill in this gap? And that is how you come up with products you see every day. And I can tell you, you can do it. You can do it. There are many things to be discovered, especially in poor resource settings, that it is only when you activate your thinking that you can be able to find that. And you cannot get that in a closed environment. You can actually get that because you follow content that can be able to make you to think. So when you go to LinkedIn, go follow people more in the area you want to. If it is cloud computing, if you want to go into design, user design, if you want to go into developing software in that area you want to go. So follow those areas and be reading things that people are doing. The more you read things people are doing, the more you'll be able to start thinking on how you can provide a solution to a particular problem. And that's how it will comes. Then another important thing we'll talk about is professional support. Professional support. So network also helps to build professional support. And let me say this. In our side, in Africa, we don't know how to network. That is one thing I find here. But in this place, people network at every slightest opportunity. Once you meet somebody and find this, oh, how about this? Oh, I am doing this thing. Oh, I'm working on this. I'm working on this. I'm working on this. And before you know it, you say, okay, can I have you? Do you have a card? Can I say this? Can I give you a call? Email address, exchange email. Before you know it, that's how people collaborate to build things. And in that way. So reach out more and more and more to people. And the only thing that can make reach out is the day that goes me back to the ignorance level I talked about. Is the day you realize that you don't know. Forget that thing you think you know. Reach out to people and discuss more to find out how you can be able to enable you think, so that you can be able to think about a product and bring out something. Now, so yeah, I'll just run through these strategies. Now, one I talk about is join. Now, join professional organizations. Now, if you are a healthcare worker and you want to know about things in the health tech, please join this HIMSS. This is an organization that has existed over 60 years. So they know what they are doing. And they hold events. And if you have money, you can do that. So you can check out this. You can check out HIMS. You can check out China. Find this. So these are areas in health tech where you can actually do. You'll be seeing developments, you'll be seeing discussions. In short, they take students. They're a group they have for students. You don't pay. You are just there. Ask your questions. And if you are there and you're making contributions, maybe for 1 year or 2 years, and you're applying a work to get to work with HIMS, and you mention in your CV that you have been part of their group for 2 years, you stand a chance that somebody will just coming from anywhere to apply. Yet that is the importance of networking, and we have to know the strategies. Second, you have to attend conferences. Then engage with industry leaders. Attend conferences as much as possible. 90% of conferences happening in the world now are held virtually. Grab them. You should become my email. Once I say conference, I register and notify my phone to keep it in my calendar so that it will give me notification. Sometimes I'll be busy. It now remind me something I don't even know. I have 30 minutes to join the program. And I just dash in there. And there are many things I learned about that. So, and it is when you go into this discussion, you understand your inefficiencies and you understand your deficiencies. So you can be able to see where you can find it. You also develop interest. Some of you, because you've not exposed yourself, you don't have a wide thinking of see many things happening. You think that area where you are is even the best for you. No. As little as when you begin to, you find that there are other smaller things you could do better other than this. And that's what some of us think that being in tech means about writing code. No. There are people that are industry that's in health tech industry that don't know how to write a code. They just bring their leadership abilities and then understand the trends and strategies in the health tech industry. And they blend very well. And they become leaders and they end well. So you must write code. So please attend conferences. On LinkedIn, you will see all this. Register them, attend to them so that you will know what is happening. Then leverage on social media. All along, I'll be talking about LinkedIn. I'm saying this because one of the universities you have nowadays is in LinkedIn. Yes. You can now access world-renowned professors, renowned this and this. And funny enough, this can give you attention. Seriously. This can give you attention. There was one day I talked with a Russian software developer. And I just wrote this person, I've gone through all you are doing and pressed with your CV and all that. I'm a doctor who have interest in this. And I'm always looking at the section of software development and this. And all he just done, immediately I finished talking, about 8 hours later, he just sent me a Zoom link. This is, can we talk on this social date? I sent it. And that time I click and find out he's there, waiting for me. And we start talking. So, and it is important to see yourself, you are not small. So don't go in this kind of conversations and talk as if to say you're small. If you're a doctor, broaden well and look and say yes. And then we are having some activities going on as doctors that I think software engineer. No, talk with confidence. No, you're a professional in your area. If you are a pharmacist, you're a professional. Talk also. So that the person you're also talking to, find that the value is matching. It's not just talking to somebody who is looking for people to give them a job or anything. Value is matching. So, and this is this we have to do. Make use of Twitter, then and industry-specific platforms. When I mean industry-specific platforms, some of you, as a health worker, you don't know that WHO has gone very far ahead in the health tech to the point of discussing about visual hubs. Last month, WHO started internship for visual hub, and they take it virtually. What do they mean? Anywhere you are, they want to build a virtual hub whereby, just like I talk about the virtual world, you can actually see patients without having to come in contact with the person. So follow WHO, follow specific industry-specific platforms. Now, you not only follow them to gain knowledge. If it is your LinkedIn, when you go in, also go to the job section, check their vacancies, check what they're advertising. You could also get job from there and apply. This is because they will also need to contact you. And that is the importance of not only you being there, you have to join conversations. Don't just open an account in LinkedIn and come to like and go. Join conversations. If they where they are talking about this is because LinkedIn will show it. If someone wants to search, show it as your activities. You show it where you have had conversation. And this is what recruiters look at. This is what people look at. So join in the conversation. That area you like, join, talk. You are not a small person. If they're talking about AI and all that, you could say, in as much as this is very good, I understand the inequality in the healthcare sector, especially minor these days. As someone writing from Nigeria, someone writing from Syria, someone writing from this, where we have much data, where about this and this and this and this and this. Because of this, we don't have available data to support this. I'm just giving an example. You can even be surprised that someone will write to you and ask you what if we collaborate to research or get a data from this area. So you find out that you could do that. So seek these platforms and make sure you follow them. Then seek and offer. Seek mentorship and also offer guidance. So, like I said, go to people, ask them questions, and if people agree, seek mentorship so that they can mentor you and then make things easy for you. Now, I'll be talking about building your personal brand. Now, we're talking about networking and all that and how you can get engaged and get things working out. Yeah, I'm working at time. So, when we're talking about personal brand, we talk about the unique combination of skills and experience that define you. And I have to say this to say that all of us and every of us has one unique thing that makes you different from the other person. So, and that can be relating to your career. So find out your niche, find out what you can do. Then, when you find that, start working on it. The problem we have is that we just start today and we want everything to be ready tomorrow. No. This thing I'm talking about can take you 5 years, can take you 10 years. Yes, it could be that. But make sure that you give it quality you demand to be able to work out something that will help. Now, why does it matter? So your brand differentiates you from another. For example, some of you that spend millions buying an Apple phone, it does not actually mean that Apple phone is better than Oppo phone. No. But Apple has created a brand that carries trust. If you meet, there's a cloth a local tailor will sew for you to last more than Louis Vuitton. But because Louis Vuitton has over the years developed a strong brand that carries the trust, and that's why one Louis Vuitton watch can feed a community, and people go for it because of its sustainability. So you building a brand helps to define you. Now you build trust and credibility. Trust and credibility. And this is also going into saying it is not about money. It is not about money. If Apple eyes was on how you can make money in the market, if HP was about how you can make money in the market, they wouldn't have built a strong product. So, but because they build a product that people can trust, that is why their credibility is very, very high. And if you build that trust, then you attract opportunities because of that. Now, what are the strategies for personal branding? So now identify your unique value proposition. What makes you stand out? What makes you stand out? If you think that you're a critical thinker, you work good in the policy making. So you could also look at into policy aspect of the health tech technology. Some of you don't know that even though we're talking about health tech, that in Africa, we don't have no data protection policy as present in Africa today, and no GDPR. So, and these are ethical issues that are into consideration. So you must not, that's what I'm saying, you must not go into coding. No, your own should be about discussing the ethics involved in the use of AI tools or use of health tech technologies in Africa. Make that publications, make all this, you could go global because of it. So now you also share your experience. Now, that's why I say some of you, Be active in your LinkedIn and in blogging sites. Speak, write, talk about what you're doing. One thing I just about the British people when I came here is that the confidence people are talking about the things they do, even when they are doing rubbish. Yes. They talk it with the confidence, telling, yes, I am doing this, I am doing this, I'm doing this. And that is how people find you interesting. So talk about what you do. Talk it. Don't swallow it. Don't think that you are not making any progress. If anybody thinks that you're not doing any particular, they should reach out to you. You get corrected and do it better than you swallowing everything up. Then, so you be consistent. Be consistent. Sometimes find out that you write something on LinkedIn and only one person liked it. Maybe only you that even liked it. Don't worry. Continue. Be doing what you're doing. Visibility is coming. And then lastly, then view the professional image. So consistent and professional visual will help you to be able to gain this. And then we're talking about career visibility. So, and I'll just go into check about more career opportunities and find a niche. That is one of the important things I said I'll highlight here. Find a niche. When you come to the health tech, we have machine learning. In machine learning, there is natural language. In natural language, there is just natural language processing and then large language model. So this is different areas that people are specializing. There is computer vision. There is generative AI. So you find out that when you talk about machine learning, someone cannot tell you I'm an expert in machine learning. When you just go, you find out that there's a one particular person is. And that is how to survive in the health tech. Don't be a career, don't be a bogus person. No, find your niche, focus there, and be an expert in it. Don't worry, you make life from it. You make money when you're mature. You find your niche. Then, greater influence and impact. What career visibility will help you is that it will help to make greater influence and impact. And this involves people begging you for collaborations for research. That is why you have to talk about what you're doing, so that people will reach out to you to collaborate in research and all that. So don't wait till when you become a professor in the university to start talking about research, or when you want to be a professor. No. Now is the time. And research must not be for groundbreaking. It could be to assess knowledge. In short, if you go outside, in your area, how are healthcare workers know about health tech technology? If they don't know, it could be you doing a literature review and publishing it. Yes, I did a literature review about this, and I found out that 20% of healthcare workers do not know about health tech. Then, and start writing abstract and start looking for people to publish it. Yes, it's been published. So look at that. And then it will help your professional growth. While you do that, you begin to meet more people, you begin to understand what people are doing, and then you'll be able to go further. Now, the strategies for career visibility is showcase your expertise. I've talked about this. Then present at conferences. That's why I say make small researches, do small works, and write abstract and look for conferences where you can present, talk about what you're doing. That's how people get interested in you. Engage in professional discussions, online forums, panels, webinars. Be talking, don't be idle. You have spent years in your area. You know something. Say it the way it's coming to your mind. Nobody's going to beat you that you talk wrong. Involve in the discussion. Then seek recognition. Please don't be too humble that you don't want to receive the recognition award. Receive it as small as it is and brandish it. It is you that did it, and be able to do that. It's going to help you along the line. So, how do we integrate all this? I'm now concluding. How do we integrate all this? Now, so we talked about networking, we talked about branding, we talked about visibility. Then I talked about the holistic approach. Combine all strategies for maximum impact. So you don't just bring time today to network today, tomorrow to talk about your career visibility or to bring brand the product. No, they are all going together and they should all work together. Then you see my key, consistency is key. Let me tell you, there was a night I cried in this paper. Yes, I cried because I was analyzing the data and it hooked me. I tried everything and I was to deliver it in the morning. And I tried, I could. And I started shedding tears. Why did I go into this? Then, but you see that journey, I learned a lot. That night, I was able to find many tools I could use to be able to get it done. And one of the important things I have to say in the area of health tech, networking is not only about talking, networking also has to do with software. Yes, there are some things you are doing, you think it is only your eye that will help you. There are some other softwares that people have built in different places. There was one that was hovering in one softwares, and then I chatted the Chinese classmate who was, and he's in China. He just sent me a link, and when I came down, he's the software engineer. He took over my system. I was afraid that day. Just clicking that link, he took over my system, and I was not seeing him doing everything, showing me this, and put a software inside my laptop. And I was able to use that software to get. So network also with your software. Ask people what they are using, what they are using, and ask them so that you can be able to gain that. So continue regular engagement and presence. There are some days it's going to be very difficult. You look yourself as if to say you are failing. Don't worry. Close your eyes. Continue. So expertise is going to come. The road is not usually very straightforward. If you ask Samba, if you ask Ken and that, if they go behind, forget that. When we come to Mike, we say, yes, we talk about it. I'll be talking. There are nights of tears, nights of hardship, nights where you think that you are being stupid. So, but then these things exist. So, but there's one day when you're going to deliver a product, like when you go to do something, you look at it, you begin to look yourself in the mirror. Am I the one that did this? And then you're going to be happy. So don't give up. And then lastly, measure your progress. Measure your progress. One thing that makes you different from a regular person is look only your data. Today, understand that you're a data person. You cannot talk about tech without talking data. The driver of tech is data. And that's why I started this discussion by telling you how I run, the distance I run, my heart rate, the energy I want. This is me understanding that as a data person, also data has to come into my health. I have to know my BP every day. I have to know my pulse. I have to know what I eat, calories it is, and the way it is in every other thing. Measure your progress, track your records, so that you can be able to adjust your strategies. If you don't measure them, you do not. How I wish I can show screen and show you my wall here. You see that I put stick papers in front of me here. There are things I need to do, the result I've achieved, or what I'm planning to achieve, and how I'm going to adjust. So this is you taking charge of everything. Measure, measure, and measure. The reason why people build car and put fuel gauge so that you don't run and get lost. Because once you are seeing the gauge, you are knowing that I'm going to run out if you continue this way. You might actually have to branch in a filling station and get fuel before you continue. This is about having data and make use of it. Track your record, no matter how small it is. Write it down. Write what you want to achieve and follow them. With that, you can be able to do that. So now I'm just talking about tools. What are the tools and resources you mention all of this? Then branding tools. If you want to do any design of this, you can use Canva, you can use WordPress, Hotsuite, Jira. Then if you are going into research, find out what have you done so far. Check ResearchGate, check PubMed, and check Google Scholar. All this. You'll be able to get all these things done. So especially in the branding tools, in the health tech, these tools are very important. Canva, Jira, WordPress, and Hotsuite. Please check about them and reach out if you need any clarification. Yeah, I've talked too much. So thank you so much for your time. I think Ken, you have to moderate this. I will appreciate questions. Except I feel like I've been talking off the track since. Thank you so much.
Wow, it's been an amazing time. I mean, I was glued to the laptop all through the section. I didn't just want to mix any second of this discussion. Yeah, it's actually over and above my expectation. And I believe same with others. We're actually 11 minutes past the hour, and everybody is still here. That shows you how impactful this was. So we are going to take a few questions. I know that a lot of things going through our minds right now. If you can, please just leave the question in the chat so that it will be easy. However, if you must ask a question, raise up your hand, and then I will allow you to ask that question. Let's be quick about that so that because we actually like 11 minutes past the hour. Hello. So does anyone have any question? I'm looking through the, just a minute. All right. Okay, I see Dr. Phil Udo. Dr. Phil Udo, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jude, for this wonderful session that you just took us. I was really, really inspired. Honestly, I have not, I think it's entirely, it just blows me out of the water to know that there is this much opportunities for physicians, medical doctors in health tech. And so I'll just go straight to my question. How did you navigate living pure clinical work with no background in computing whatsoever and going into this terrain and taking this much route? Was there any fear? Were there doubts? I know you mentioned something like that, but I really want to feel that, because something in me says it can be done. I have some background in statistics. I'm in public health, but there's just this, how easy is that going to be? So that's my question. Like, what was it like for you moving from pure clinics to what you're doing already, which is mind-blowing? Thank you very much.
Okay, do you want to take that question now, Dr. Mekejude?
Yeah, let me just briefly say it, because this question is another lecture on its own. Yeah,
exactly.
But thank you so much. I can say it is not easy, and that is the importance of networking. Okay, but it is very much doable, very much doable. Large percentage of doctors, especially in the UK, maybe because I am in the UK, are actually diving into it. This is because that is the area the world is going. So that is the area the world is going. You have to know that. Now, when I didn't have any prior experience, the statistics, in short, some of you might be better than me. One of the greatest challenges I had in artificial intelligence was in the neural networks, where they were talking about gradient descent. Then energy loss function, calculating loss function, and then I'll be hearing the X to the Y, differentiating this. I get lost because I am only just one area. But then, one good thing about medical practice, one thing about exposure of us had in school is that most of these things, we touched it briefly, sincerely speaking. And you see, that public health you did when they are telling you about true positive, false positive, true negative, false negative. If I tell you that that is the principle through which some of your machine learning that classify brain images, that classify disease condition, whether this person had diabetes or not, been employed, it is the same thing. So, and it goes in that way. Now, it was not easy. I just, after going through, one is that when I went on LinkedIn, I found out that many doctors did it. In short, I first talked with someone who was doing PhD in computer science in the US and is a medical doctor. So, and while I was talking, I was not asking, do you have the background? He said, no, you don't have the background. But you had to start. So that's when I told myself, yes, so I can do this. And I started as nobody had done anything, sincerely speaking. And there are very many of you who can do it. If you check all these data counts, As I'm talking to you, I still register with a data camp and paying yearly. That any topic I don't know, I just type it down to bring it out for me, and I'll begin to learn it from there. So it's a continuum. Now, if you check this data camp, they will tell you they don't mind your knowledge, your zero knowledge just come in, and they will start from definition. And then, with what help you as a doctor or someone who has read advanced, is that once you get the basis, you could actually cite the area you want to go to and take that route without having to go and test all of them to know which one is better, and you will do well. So when you find that niche, you take it and go in that way. Now, the importance of networking. Okay, when I was doing holistic search, so I don't know if you know holistic search in artificial intelligence. All these Google Maps they use holistics. They check the distance from one area to another. They do it very fast and find out the closest one and connect it for you. You take the closest one. So before I tell you, instead of using this place, use this place, I calculate distances of many places and take the shortest one for you. Then it was done with probability. And when we are doing the probability, at the time I got lost. Now, I remember that my younger brother, who is an accountant, is good with mathematics. And I called him and said, please, can I share my screen, my lecture notes, so that you teach me? And this young man brought out one night. This was taking me like a baby. Statistics, probability, and it was going in that way. So what I'm trying to say that it is very much doable, very, very much doable. And the way to do it is to start. You don't need to have any. It is here in the University of Bristol was the first day I was able to write Hello World with Python in the University of Bristol. First time I was able to write Hello. But of course, I can tell you that I can program a machine and write a program for a machine that can read your BMI. Just sit down on the code and write it with Python. But I started with Hello World. You know, print Hello World, run, and the print Hello and get it like that. So, and I'm not saying everybody is going to program. I'm just saying, so it is not going to be easy, but it is very much doable. And it is starting one step at a time. If it was the definition of data that you learned today and a patient is calling you, but no problem, go. And I have to say this, while I was doing this, I still had to write plan. I still have the right to get licensed to practice here. So that if you're asking here, I can also be telling you I'm a doctor registered to practice in this country. So it is not just that. So you have to take along this. So what I was doing when I was doing plan 2 is that in the day, I read everything readable with the school and all that with data. In the night, I join discussion. And I make sure I use that discussion class. You see, I'm writing the discussion. And it was everything I got in that discussion I joined by 8 to 10 p.m. that I use and face my plan 2 and I passed it. So I'm saying you can do it. It's just you understanding the need for it. The day you have the hunger, the day you can do it. So you have to start. So to answer your question.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Exactly what you said. It's quite a discussion to go into. Thank you so much. I believe Dr. Phil has gotten value from what you responded. And so that we don't waste much time, I have another question in the chat. Although it says, how could we leverage? It's just a general question. I believe this question, well, how could we leverage on AI as healthcare practitioners or professionals in emerging health tech industry? I believe this is what we've been discussing every now and then. It's been in the discussion all this while.
And just to say, like I said, I said it again that the world is going digital, and artificial intelligence is taking over. In short, when they say emerging, I don't even know whether I would say it's emerging or it has taken, he has come. Because beyond health in the health sector. I don't know whether you know that there are AI that will lock your door, on your light when you want, play music when you want to play. All you need is just to sit down and be raising command and to take your language and all that. So what I'm saying is, how do you leverage AI? Now is basically understanding how AI functions. Let me tell you, as at 2021, I don't know how AI is high quality too. But sincerely speaking, it's a very simple thing. What is AI? AI is if you have been let's say you wake up every day by 7 o'clock in the morning and you say amen, maybe in your prayer every day, amen, amen, and it's being recorded, amen, amen. One day you decide to find artificial intelligence will help you be saying amen in the morning, even when you are not there. Once it is 7 a.m., what do? We just gather all this amen, amen you have said all over this years. You are saying amen by 7 a.m. And then use it and build and train a machine so that the machine will read the data to understand the time you used to say amen, to understand how you say the amen, the voice you used to say the amen. When we do it finish, we try to tell the machine to say it in the way you say it. And then we calculate the percentage of accuracy. Maybe it said it's better in 90 ways. It didn't say it's better in 100 ways and all that. So what it is just using what you will have available to train something to be doing it the way you mean it before. That's why we're talking about that. The difference between artificial intelligence and normal intelligence is that artificial intelligence can only think out with respect to how it is trained, but it cannot go beyond that. But that's another talk for another, because generative AI has come. We have even been trained to think. Now you're thinking. So, but then, what am I saying? You can leverage AI. You can leverage AI, and by leveraging AI is by embracing the tech we're talking about here. Okay, so that you could even understand the available tools that could help you to do things you are doing, and for you to know that they are there. Then, if you are now interested on how these things are being trained, on how they are made to do what they do, then you just take a course that will start like ABC with you. And in 1 year, you could be able to talk like me in respect to AI, just because you made a bold step. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been amazing. So in order to save time, we thank you so much. And more discussions will continue in the WhatsApp group. And whoever has not been to the WhatsApp group before now should click on the link I'm sending right now to join the WhatsApp group, which is the General Medics in Tech WhatsApp group. A lot of discussions go in there. That's where we share a lot about the opportunities, the meetings we have, and the news, and every form of information. So click on that link, join the WhatsApp group. And before we actually leave this section, I want to share my screen so as to show you what I said that are very important that we do, which we didn't do last time. So is my screen being seen? All right. So what's the call to action? One of the things we learned today, which we equally learned last time, was about connection, visibility, talking about yourself, connecting with others. So this is very important. And as though I knew about this. So right here in the WhatsApp group, we want to take like a day or two to connect with each other. When I mean with each other, everyone in the WhatsApp group will need to connect with one another. So if there are 200 people in that WhatsApp group, be sure these are like-minded people. Who are doing the same. So right there in the WhatsApp group, please share your LinkedIn profile and tell us a bit of what you are doing, and let people connect with you and also connect with others. I don't know whether this makes sense with us. So does this make sense? In the WhatsApp group,
yeah, it makes sense. Very amazing.
Yes, it does.
That's a good idea.
All right. So right there in the WhatsApp group, the WhatsApp group is open, the general WhatsApp group. Put down your LinkedIn account, and we'll be talking about LinkedIn. Put down your LinkedIn account and like a summary of what you are doing or what your interests are, and let people connect with you. And please connect with every other person so that we'll start knowing ourselves, we'll start networking, we'll start becoming visible to ourselves, so that you can actually start putting this into action. Because if we speak, of course, they say that it starts from home. So when you actually start from the WhatsApp group, you can actually replicate it elsewhere. Let us know you, let us follow you, follow every other person, and let us do this responsibly. Let us not spam the WhatsApp group also. It's very, very important. And finally, before we end, every other information will be shared in the WhatsApp. It's been an amazing section. And I've been looking at the number of participants. It has not even dropped once. That shows that Dr. Jude did a very wonderful, work on this. So does any other person have any other thing to say? If not, we are going to be stopping the section very soon. But let us take our normal, usual pictures. So as is our routine, please turn on your cameras if you can. If possible, please turn on your camera. Let us take our usual picture. So, Dr. Samba, are you here?
100%.
Aha, you know how to do this. So please take over, continue. You are the cameraman. Yeah.
All right, everyone, let's have our cameras on. Just for your smile, we're going to take a screenshot. We have 2 screens here, so great. If your background is kind of dark, we can't see your face clearly. All right, Nancy, if you can be on camera, that would be amazing. Haruna, Ngozi, Tosin, Linda, Dr. Yemi, Dr. Nero. This is the screen I'm taking right now. At the count of 3, I'm going to take 1, 2. All right. 1 sec. 1, 2. Awesome. So I'm going to capture the next screen. Just give me 1 sec. Next screen. Okay. Dr. Sibyl, awesome. Nancy, Dr. Lucy, if you can be on camera, that'll be awesome. Hamza, Deborah, Nassis, Wam Joel, Dr. Nero. Okay, at the count of 3, I'm going to take a screenshot. 1, 2. Awesome. So we're going to have this screenshot shared in the WhatsApp community right away. All right, thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Ken.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And they come this time actually this week, Sunday, we are going to have our third section. And it will be like the person that is coming in is a healthcare informaticist. So he's going to take all these things we'll be hearing. We'll be hearing about software engineering, healthcare informatics, data analysis, be hearing product manager. He's going to take each and every one of them one after the other and explain to us. He's not only going to tell us about them, he's going to tell us the career opportunities in them. He's going to tell us how to break into each and every one of them. It's going to be an amazing section. You don't want to miss this next Sunday. So remember what I said, everyone in the WhatsApp group, tell us about yourself, post your LinkedIn profile, let's follow you and follow every other person. So with this, I thank you all for making our time to be here. You are 1 hour, 30 minutes. I believe it was worth it. Thank you, especially Omeke Jew. We, of course, will continue in the WhatsApp. Someone said that he wants you to be giving this lecture every day. That's actually someone's comment. So thank you so much, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.